Thank you for joining me, Jeremiah Bushu, as I take you through your journey in beekeeping. In this video, we are going to discuss how bees make honey. Bees make honey through a fascinating process that involves teamwork, precision, and ingenuity. Here's a simplified explanation of how bees make honey. Gathering nectar. Worker bees collect nectar from flowers using their long, tube-like tongues called proboscis. They suck up the nectar and store it in their honey stomach, a separate compartment in their digestive system specifically for transporting nectar back to the hive. Returning to the hive. Once a bee has collected nectar from multiple flowers, it returns to the hive and regurgitates the nectar into the mouth of another worker bee. This process is known as trophallaxis. Processing the nectar. The receiving bee then adds enzymes to the nectar through regurgitation and mixing with its own saliva. These enzymes help break down the complex sugars in the nectar into simpler sugars like glucose and fructose, making it more digestible and less likely to spoil. Storage in honeycomb cells. The processed nectar, now known as bee bread, is placed into hexagonal beeswax cells within the honeycomb. Worker bees fan their wings over the honeycomb to evaporate excess water from the nectar, reducing its moisture content to around 17–20%. Capping the cells. Once the moisture content of the honey is sufficiently reduced, bees cap the cells with beeswax to seal them off from the outside environment. This protects the honey from moisture and air, preventing it from fermenting or spoiling. Ripening and storage. Over time, the ripened honey continues to mature and develop its distinct flavor and consistency. Bees store honey in the honeycomb cells as a long-term food source for the colony, especially during times of scarcity like winter, when flowers are scarce. Harvesting by beekeepers. Beekeepers can harvest excess honey from beehives by carefully removing honey-filled frames from the hive and extracting the honey using centrifugal force or other methods. Beekeepers ensure to leave enough honey for the bees to sustain themselves through periods of low nectar flow. This intricate process of how bees make honey showcases their remarkable abilities to transform flower nectar into a delicious and nutritious food source that has been valued by humans for centuries.